TGI Friday, everybody. Thomas Miller on the Fun Astrology Podcast. We have a big change weekend ahead. Most of the action starts tomorrow. By the end of the weekend, the whole energy in the sky will be different than it is today. Do you want this in chronological order or in energetic order? I'm thinking let's talk about energetic order. And that brings us to something that happens just before midnight tomorrow night, Eastern Time. Saturn leaves Pisces and moves into Aries, joining Neptune. You know, we've had this incredible Neptune at home in Pisces, then it moved into Aries. Now Saturn, which has been chasing its little tail, goes and joins it. But this will be short-lived because Neptune goes retrograde July 4th. Saturn goes retrograde a couple of weeks later, July 18th. Those stay in retrograde until basically around the early part of December. Of course, Pluto is already retrograde. It is retrograde until mid-October. And then we'll have Uranus going retrograde in September and Jupiter in November, extending into 2026. The retrogrades are going to be taking over the second half of the year. You know, that could be a good thing in this context because it will give us a chance to reabsorb this energy. Kind of like not an ice bath plunge, but if you eased yourself into cold water, I don't know if it would be any more fun, but at least your body would get used to it instead of that shock. So maybe we get a little more time to ease into this energy. And the other thing that we've been talking about, we have 2 points of mega activation. Pluto is going to be hovering around 0 degrees Aquarius. That right there is a transformation of consciousness. We're seeing that unfold. There are so many things we could talk about, Neptune and Saturn. I don't have time here, but with those two hovering 0 Aries, the world point, the big bang point in astrology. And the last time Saturn was at that point were the late 90s. Those years were the dot-com boom before the dot-com bust. The whole rise of the terrorism and the NATO bombing in Yugoslavia, all of that under Saturn and Aries. The war theme continues. Go back to the late 60s, 1967 to 1969. That was Vietnam exploding. The 2 big assassinations in 1968, Martin Luther King and Robert F. Kennedy. The student protests on many campuses around the world. Go back one more, 1937 to 1939. See, these are all pre-things. That was pre-World War II. Hitler annexed Austria in 1938. The United States had a big recession that period as well. Now, we throw another log on the fire, and remember I said let's go energetically, not chronologically, because also on Saturday, the sun trines Pluto. That brings all of the Pluto transformation into play because here are your 2 points. Pluto at 0 Aquarius, Saturn, Neptune at 0 Aries. That, folks, is a shakeup of everything in the world, basically. And then in my Great Pyramid that we're talking about, Uranus is on the other side of the base, over there trine to Pluto and sextile to Neptune and Saturn. You see how all this fits together? And look at what's all unfolding. New digital currency. That's Uranus in Taurus and Pluto in Aquarius. All the digital stuff that's going on that we don't even understand, a lot of us. It's like, but it's coming, you know, it's out there. And look at these personalities that are emerging in the digital front. The old ones that won't go away like Bill Gates and the new ones that you see, Sam Altman, that guy that's in jail, freed, Bankman freed. Interesting cast of characters, these tech leaders. So remember, the Great Pyramid is all screwed together by positive aspects. In the Bible, there's a verse that says, "He who has ears to hear, let him hear." I would say that's for all of us. If you have ears and eyes to see and catch this, it's going to be one whale of a ride. Consciousness is shifting, and we're on the front edge of it. One more aspect over the weekend that also improves things. Mercury goes home to Gemini. That's also Sunday. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern. So the ruler of Gemini comes home to Gemini, chasing down the sun, which it will catch next week. Then it will hunt down Jupiter at the end of Gemini, which it will catch in a few weeks. So we have this amplification of Gemini right now. So we'll talk more about that on Monday because the moon also enters Gemini, setting up the new moon, which is at 11:02 p.m. late at night on Monday Eastern Time. So we'll pull all that together next week. If you're a Gemini sun or Gemini rising or Gemini moon, things are going to be a little extra amplified for you until, the middle of June. Actually, for all of us, we would do well to lean into our Gemini characteristics in our chart and in our life. The sky is smiling on us in those areas. All right, have a wonderful, blessed, great, energized weekend. Back with Merriman tomorrow, and see you again here on Monday, where we'll carry the Gemini theme forward. Thanks so much for listening. Sending lots of love.